God, that is such a pretty river. I'm kind of delaying going back to Reed. He's not going to be pleased with me. God, there's more of you. Oh, no, this is the same guy that respawned. I remember this. This is this little wreck here. I'm going to go around them because it's not necessary to fight them. Yeah, I considered heading around and handing in that logic module to Ludwig, but I think I'm going to talk with Reed first. I think doesn't feel right to get sidetracked after what I've done. So let's have a word with Reed. I probably don't want to go around here, do I? What is this track? Just keep going, yeah, follow it. It's fine. I'm genuinely not sure if I'm gonna have to fight my way into or out of Edgewater. Or what the state of the place is gonna be like. I guarantee you we're not friends anymore. Pavadi's still with me. Thought she might have a bigger, but she's more melancholy about the whole thing. There's still some power going on here. I can see some lights. On the other hand, those might be emergency backup lights. Oh, the whole thing's gone. Rabbit sprats. God, yeah, I know. Thanks, Pavadi. You basically did all of that. I was expecting my pistol to kill him in one hit, actually. Grab that. Let's see if this was a mistake. I know it wasn't a mistake. Whoa. Defeat our foes. Help the chairman and Minister Clark. I think I'm going to go straight to Thompson. Oh, there is a Constable Reyes. I'm going to have to go through her. Does she know I did this?
What are we supposed to do now?
Exercise patience and contemplate the scriptures.
I have most certainly...
I put my whole life in that cannery.
You must be very proud.
I've made trouble
Are you hiding in there?
for the people of Edgewater.
And remains committed to guiding Edgewater into prosperity.
Let's not talk to Reyes. Let's walk inside this way. He's over here. I've got to get that, loose lips, pink slips. Okay. Referencing, is that a World War II propaganda poster I seem to recall? Hello, Mr. Thompson. Yes, I did what you thought I did.
You want to know what gets my bile churning?
What's that?
Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn.
More fool you,
I
friend.
never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Sure. I don't owe you an explanation. You are obviously corrupt and horrible, and your town is an absolute mess. So I don't have to tell you why at all.
You're right. I put the fate of our town in the hands of some feckless transient. This is my fault. And all Edgewater's paying for my mistake. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted, with orders to fire.
I'm sure I could go through them. I could intimidate. I'm sorry, I'm not. Don't really care what's going to happen to Edgewater. It's going to be bad. Call off your... I'm going to intimidate. Call off your guards. I don't want them bleeding all over my power regulator.
All right, easy now. Let's
that
not
worked.
do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for, and then leave us be.
Oh, he's going to let me walk through. Maybe I should have spoken to him more. Wow,
Stand down, all of you. We're done.
He's just literally going to let me walk in and take his power regulator. I think I'm done with Edgewater. I don't really want to get into a series of conversations with Reyes and the other inhabitants. right now. I might be missing dialogue and stuff, but, like, at this point, what my character would do is take the power regulator and leave. Also, I'll spend those skill points in a second. Dead sprats. I have a power regulator.
Where are we headed?
Are you still with me? You're not staying in Edgewater? I think we're heading to my ship.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
A little late for that, I think. I think I'm thoroughly in his bad books. But, he stood you down at, like, a minor threat. So, he's clearly a weak leader as well. But, I didn't know I had that much in Intimidate. What are my skills? Actually, you know what, I'll deal with it now. What do I have in Intimidate? 32. I've got 47 Persuade. I wish I could have done that. Well, you know. Persuade is my, ooh, Cower duration. That's increased. I don't know what that does. No, oh, sorry. Humans have a 20% chance to cower in fear for 10 seconds after the first time you hit them. Now, I've seen that, I think. I've seen people do that, and I usually just shoot them anyway. That's interesting. Wouldn't that be an Intimidate, surely? No, Terrify. They flee. Cower, they just sort of, like, stop shooting and hunker down. And Lie, Scramble. Auto mechanicals will slowly attack other enemies instead of you for 10 seconds. I don't know how that works. And it always related to Lie, but there it is. Tinkering cost minus 50%. Wouldn't get to medical 2. Unlock third drug mixing slot for the inhaler. Or engineering. Wow, that's... I've got 20... Oh yeah, that's because Bavari's hanging out with me. But that's the adjusted skill value. My actual value is only 16 in engineering. Repair weapons and armor in the inventory. That would be useful to have right now. I want to do leadership as well. I don't know if I need to bother with defense. I haven't dodged yet. I think the best defense is a swift and decisive offense. So, if I kill them before they hit me, it's probably better off, and I'm not even gonna bother with melee. Just not even gonna try. Sneak, hack, and lockpick. I just upgraded stealth. So it's either ranged or tech, I think. Increase critical damage to long guns. Won't get the handgun upgrade. Heavy weapons is unlikely to get. So it'll mostly be focused on long guns, I think. See, the problem is... Well, I'd get to field repair. What's the, no, you need, a lot of base skill in order to get the... What was it? The, ability to detach a mod. I think it's in 150 in engineering, or am I reading that wrong? You know what? I'm going to put 10 points in tech now. So, for the purposes of this, the ones I'm ignoring are melee and defense. And I'll try to keep ahead of stealth, but I won't get too concerned over it. But, or maybe, do I need to... If I put 4 into here just to get the engineering a bonus, actually put that 5 to get the science bonus, because why not? 5 into tech, and that splits at 50-50. I can put... the other 5 into range to get the heavy weapons bonus, get the... Well, I won't get a bonus for that until I get to... 5 into ranged wouldn't get me much. Dialogue might be good. 5 would get me to... would increase scramble duration for lie. You know what? Yeah. I'll put the other 5, so I'll split 50-50 tech to dialogue. That gets me 2 bonuses right now. Competent tickering and competent lying. Meanwhile, I'm very good in persuade. Alright. I'm gonna go with that. Let's return to the Unreliable. I could talk with, people around town, but it's not a good idea. It's just... I'm just walking in, getting what I need, and walking out, and Edgewater is something that'll stay behind me until I go speak with, Ludwig. Give him his robot part. To finish that off. What is this? These are different. Or they're just new. Now, let me just check. Seriously, Space's Choice only has a 16% negative against me for this. They're revering, apparently. Best employee ever. You sure about that? Well, I guess it's Space's Choice, not necessarily Edgewater. And of course, the deserters, who also consider me an employee, oddly enough, you know, there'll be a statue of me in their frickin' commune within a week, I imagine. I'll let them know to get on with that. Alright, to the Unreliable. Maybe I'll talk to Silas. He'll be over there, won't he? The way out. It's not quite so, What is... Sorry, there's something... There's something distinctly... Where am I standing? I could fast travel back to the Unreliable, but, I think it's the Edgewater Cemetery, or whatever that... There's a location. Doesn't matter. It's not like a... Something's just showing up on my compass. I thought I'd look at it. I'll speak with Silas on the way out. You know, I was going to go back to the ship. Actually, you know what? I'll run down to Ludwig first. I changed my mind. I am fickle. I'm going to run down to Ludwig. I really do wonder, like... I suppose... Yeah, she's just coming with me. She's not going to stay... What's she got to go back to now? I've kind of ruined her life. I feel bad. I shouldn't feel bad. Edgewater needed to die, but, Hello, Mr. Miller.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Yes, let's blame the mechanicals. You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, well, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform.
Yeah.
So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical horde.
It's corrupted.
I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble. And a little something to remember me by.
Shock stick. Take care, Mr. Miller. That was it. Let's see what he gave me. I think it was a mod. Or it might... No, it's a wacky stick. Thank you, Mr. Miller. I will never use it. Okay. What did that do to my relationship with Space's Choice? It said it increased... 96%. Okay, presumably there will be other Space's Choice locations that I will have to take. So this is just Edgewater. This isn't Space's Choice. So they have their own, like... They own Edgewater, but they're not. There's more to it. So one... This has just basically made Space's Choice slightly annoyed at me. Edgewater is livid. However. And I will head up... Ooh. Stuff. Weapon parts. Ammunition. God, I've got so much light ammo. I'll prep my rifle. Let's talk with Silas on the way out. First guy I speak to on the way in. Last guy I speak with on the way out. How you doing?
Don't see the sense in all this fussing over the power. Cannery shutting down just means I'll have more bodies to bury.
Jesus. Okay. No,
Yeah?
Alright. That's all you had to say. So there's no... I don't think there is any extra dialogue except for those opening lines where they express their views. Silas? Loving life. Loving the fact that he gets to bury more corpses. You know, you can't bring him down. I suppose, you know, positive attitude, you kind of need it in this sort of place. I think there will be enemies that have respawned around here. We've been past, oh, maybe not. We've been past the ship before, so I don't know if Pavati's even interested in coming aboard long term. Is, Lieutenant Mercer still around here? Because surely she has more important things to do than parking violations. And also, I want to get into this. I think I'll be able to. Once we've dealt with this, I want to quickly go have a look around in that campsite. And I still got to head back up to the deserters camp, to the botanical garden. I think Mercer, excuse me, has decided to part ways.
Is this your ship?
Oh,
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome.
thank
Does she
you.
have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me, bad boy.
Unreliable, no idea.
When I was in Edgewater,
Respectively.
I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine,
Oh, you want to join up?
talking to a proper crew.
Okay, you're officially now
Edgewater
asking to
has
join
to
up.
either season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Those deserters left Edgewater behind, nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing.
You're
And if you
hired.
ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too.
I know.
What do you think?
Pick a cabinet's yours. Glad to have you along. We've hung out long enough, I think we can say we're friendly enough that I'd be actually really glad to have her along. And, you know, yes, all about it.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister.
I wasn't sure.
I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
That's a weird thing to say. Okay. We can keep it informal, it's fine. This isn't the military. No, I really quite like Pavati. She's a little awkward, but otherwise moral, kind-hearted, and very willing. And I think I've definitely got a role for you aboard ship. So I'm assigning you Chief Engineer Officer. Just Chief Engineer, isn't it? And then we've got the ship's chaplain. Now all we need is a helmsman and a few other positions, and we'll be good. Alright, so Pavati is coming along, and Vicar Max is here.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
By all means. Can I speak with you? By the way, just
As
so...
always, I am at your disposal. Anything you
I like
want to
having a
discuss?
crew. I've got, should I read this now, or should I deal with the power regulator and then get back to him? You know what, I'll think it over and I'll get back to you. Sorry, I just want to get this power regulator installed. Hello, Ada.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Jeez, everyone seems to think I've just murdered a whole bunch of people. I just took their power off. They'll be fine. They'll go up to the botanical garden if they want to live. Oh, by the way, Pavati, meet Ada. Also, Vicar Max is sort of gone, but he probably already met her. Yeah, just don't mention Hawthorne, and don't try to steal anything out of the lockers. Trust me on that one. She will try to vent you.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Got a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Plug it in, right? Oh, yeah, apparently I do.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure.
Another.
Our engine room is located behind you.
I think I've been to it.
Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Alright, I'll be back. Pavati has gone away. Alright. I want to check out my quarters. I know I've got a room, so I think it's that one. There we go. I think that says... Oh. Captain's quarters. Which makes sense. I want to go see that, but I don't think it'll open up until I plug in the power regulator. Now, Vicar and Pravati will have their own rooms in the crew quarters, which is just over there. Alright, I have a functioning ship now. Ticket to anywhere. Nice. That looks warm. I want to be a bit of a distance from it. What do you think? She doesn't look impressed. I'll go back to Ada. Actually, I should... Actually.
Yeah, huh?
No, I don't have anything to say to you. Okay, I'll speak with the Vicar now that I got the power running, and I want to check out my quarters, but I'm going to speak to Ada first. What is my present journal? Quest saying? Yeah, speak back with Ada again. Yep. To pilot the Unreliable out of the Veil. I don't really want to go anywhere just yet. But I presume I'll have the option not to go if I choose.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Hold on, I need to take care of a few things first. Alright, so, that's how we progress. I shall, do that, but I want to check out my quarters first. Been dying to see these. Open up. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, so I have to wait till I'm in orbit first. Vicar, you might be up here. Is it gonna say? Oh no, you'll claim a room. All these are sealed, and I think until the energy comes back on. I remember a line saying something about energy, so... You're just standing here. At the table. I can't speak with you. No, I literally can't. Oh. I must get another opportunity, surely. I should have spoken with him down there. Okay. I gotta head out. I'm gonna go down back to the deserters' camp. Give Thomas Kemp that last book. And then we will break Atmo. Alright. We're going to your boyfriend's place. I know it, I know. It's not really... Oh, yeah, first things first. Let's kill people. Oh, yeah. I saw you standing over there in your camp mocking me. I'm coming for you. Whoever you are. Marauder Hooligan. Alright. You laughed at me when I got killed by your pals down there, didn't you? You were watching. I saw you.
We can handle this. Nice one!
Come on. No, reload. Oh no, he did reload. It skips past it if you start running.
Everyone all right?
And down. Oof, that's not brilliant for you. I'll grab that hunting rifle, but I don't think I'll need it. I'll leave the trip blade. You want a dead primal? Makeshift low pressure suit. I gotta think about hunting primals around here. I think I might be able to take one on now. What is this for? I thought there might be a chance we find that guy that Silas lost up here. Canid Mongrel. There is a crashed vessel down there. I want to explore, though. Feels a bit late to start this, but I kind of want to do it. Is that all around here? What is this for, then? Is this just a random marauder camp? Some of them just pop up around the place? You know what? It's literally just there, just sort of hanging out there, existing and stuff. There, I can see that on the map. I want to have a look at it. I have no idea if I'm going to be coming back to Emerald Vale. Or this planet, for the love of... I don't actually... Is there more than one area on each planet? That might make sense. Or am I heading to a new planet? I don't know. I genuinely don't know the first thing about this game. They're just sleeping. I mean, they've eaten a man, but they're just... Why is there Canid Feral, Canid Howler, but there's a grave here, and I think that might be Silas's lost individual, right? What a fight.
Okay, going quiet.
Lone grave. I'll rob him. He doesn't need it anymore. Why? Shh. Jesus. Oh, hold on. He's noticing me.
Let's end this quick.
Oh, hello.
That's the last of them.
Okay, someone else noticed me from a different perspective. I thought this gravesite might have information. Didn't Silas lost a body, right? So presumably that will be somewhere. I saw a gravesite and thought that might be it, but I've no idea. Genuinely got nothing. Switch over to the pistol. Don't think I'm gonna be wasting heavy ammo right now. Now, what's all this? It's a crashed ship, obviously. There is a crate here. I'll leave the hunting rifle. Actually, I'll take... I gotta keep remembering to do this. Hit journal. I've got 3 hunting rifles. I can repair now, but I'll break down. What needs to be repaired? I got 92, 89, 83, 81. If I repair that, it'll cost 9 weapon parts. This one will cost 16. And if I hold to repair all, it'll cost 64 out of my 72. There's got to be an economical way to organize this. See, this one, for instance, 12. That might be worth repairing. 62%? Because I'm never going to use this. This can sit in my inventory as long as it likes. This one I might even try. Let's do it. Let's spend the 12 on that. That now does 137 damage. It probably wasn't worth it, but I haven't repaired much yet. I can't get aboard. There looks like there's an internal area there. Can I swim, or am I just going to drown? No, I'm literally not going to be allowed to enter the water. Okay, I think this is just scenery. That's a novel way to do it. Like, just no, brick wall. Can't do it. You're not allowed in there. Alright. Well, tower up here. That's... I can't see it from here, I don't think. That might be that. That might be... Actually, I think that's where I started, isn't it? Didn't I? Because then I came down to here. Then to Edgewater. So it doesn't look like there's much else around here. I think I've explored... I've done everything there is to do in Edgewater. Let's fast travel to the botanical labs. Twice the speed, half the price. Adrena time. First of all, we'll talk to McDevitt. She'll be very pleased with us. I'm not entirely sure I care so much, but it'd be rude not to.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change.
You better not let
You've
Edgewater
done
starve.
well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
What happens now?
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
And a lot more mouths to feed.
Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corporate loyalties and live the way nature intended. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
They weren't that tough. Okay. I don't know if... Okay, so hold on, but she doesn't intend to let just anyone waltz in if they're prepared to renounce their corporate loyalties. What does that mean? Precisely, to you. How does one renounce your corporate loyalties? Do they have to say it? Do they have to take an oath? And live the way nature intended. How many people are you about to let starve? Are you even going to export, like, the food you're growing here if you have an excess? Like, Edgewater might need food. Are you planning on selling them any? Probably not. I don't like the idea of being Reed's lackey.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board.
Well, I'm from Earth, I'm not...
Welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
I'll keep that in mind, McDevitt. But whatever McDevitt intended to do with Edgewater, Edgewater was going to make it a lot worse for everyone here. So on the whole, that's the moral option, regardless of how kind of, you know, holier than thou these people are. Which is always an annoying quality in a person, and more so in someone who you think is on principle correct, but they're acting like a dick about it. This or slavery. Options. not exactly... Yeah. I've made my excuses. I've made my decision. I can't go back on it now.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
I found all 3 of them now.
No kidding.
Yeah, you keep saying the exact same thing in the exact same way. The elusive part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
I had other things to do there, it's
That's
fine.
a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen.
Well,
Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
thank you. What did he give me? What did you give me? Seriously. Okay, that's the shock stick Ludwig gave me. Grenade launcher, light machine gun. Is it armor? I should break this down, shouldn't I? This right control armor. What's it look like? It looks pretty good. But let's break that down and break that down. I probably don't need this either. I got 9 and 9. Parvati. Speaking of which, you've got 7 mechanics overalls. I don't have anything... What do you look like in the Spacer's Choice uniform? It doesn't quite work as well than it does on Marcus. I don't really want to change out your hammer, because I think that's your hammer, and you like that hammer, don't you? But I could give you a stronger weapon. Like, do you want this shock stick? As a backup, you could probably use... Actually, how are you in terms of... You're not really that solid with... Well, you don't... I can't tell if you have particularly good stats when it comes to... No, melee damage is higher than your range damaged. And if I give you your hammer back... Goes down to 19. Alright, fine. Have this. Range damage 10 times 3. That's higher, isn't it? I've no idea. Range is now 18. Oh, I see. Damage 25 times 3. Yeah, I'll let you try that, I guess. Maybe it'll be useful. You look fine with the pistol. Suits you better than the assault rifle, but we'll try it out. If it doesn't work out, I'll give you your rifle back. Okay. Yeah, see, Marcus looks really solid with the Spacer's Choice uniform. Which I can wear now, because I'm not planning on getting into combat. The worker's outfit, I should say. It's not really a uniform, it's just clothes. Yeah. Alright, completed it. Look, I don't know if there's anything else in this region to go and do. I mean, I think that's where I started near. So, all I can think to do is head back to the landing site. I'll just fast travel there, I guess. I don't know why I'm just I'm deciding now, because I'm going to end up in a battle soon, and I'm still going to be wearing my friggin' civilians. Ah, good. Vicamax, now I want to speak with you. Annoying. Okay, apparently I can't. I'm going to hack into this.
You're fast.
I should have had that from the get-go, shouldn't I? Can I place... Okay, well, anyway, let's head off. Let's go to low orbit. Let's see what
Welcome
this
back,
does.
Captain.
Hello,
All
Ada.
systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
By all means, Ada, let's get out of here. Ooh, cutscene, lovely. Man, it looks like the Unreliable, doesn't it? I mean, this is just, like, 50-50 this detonates every time it takes off. We've caused a small apocalypse to Edgewater, but apart from that, everything's been just fine. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
Communication request from Dr.
Oh.
Phineas Wells.
High time. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die.
Quick, though. It
How
hit
are
his
you
head.
feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
No drippage. I am... also, I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
It's kind of a kick-ass power to get.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. First of all, it'll help me... Sorry, help us. Whenever somebody says that, they're always fucking up to something. There's always something else there. I'm not entirely... I don't know. But I guess I'm on his side, because I just threw Spacer's Choice under the bus. I glow over word with Gladys. Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet? You're asking me to get involved with the black market. Put a couple of light years between me and Halcyon. Or can I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Okay. Since I am intelligent, I suppose I will not try to bum rush the dangerous wildlife. So... You said something about needing a nav key to land on Monarch.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Very well. Right, the Black Marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Alright.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope.
Alright, let's go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
That's convenient.
I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Can I go in there now? Do you want to explain what the holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last.
Okay, so you have no idea if this is going to work.
The holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned it has limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example.
It's another
Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
Well, if I don't know my face.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
No, okay. How does the hologram sweeten your breath? I'm just getting into an argument with this guy now.
Science, that's how.
Of course. Of course. I'll put it to good use, thank you.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And
Very
remember,
well.
don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
I'm not been
Transmission
particularly...
If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. There it is. Well, before I do that, I want to check out the captain's quarters. Yeah, my character's not ever been particularly too enamored by the idea of wealth and power. As I said, gonna go with a bit trusting and guileless. So I'm just gonna basically do what that guy says. Ooh. Can I exit the airlock? Well, no, Edgewater landing pad. I can't, like, spacewalk, can I? Cool. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now.
Fair enough, it's the
I
right
was
place
looking
for
a
it.
place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
What do you think of the ship? Oh, I can send her away. No, thank you. I will not. Okay, that's rather annoyingly like written exactly the same way as the rest. I'm pretty sure that would basically get her off the ship. I don't want that to happen.
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Pavati? Is this, safe to fly now that we got the regulator, or Pavati will be fixing you from now on, I expect your full cooperation? That sounds a little too aggressive. What do you think, Pavati? Is this safe to fly now that we got the regulator?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches.
Cool.
You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
How funny is that? That's not that... I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd.
I don't see how it's odd either.
Anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
That's a weird thing to be unhappy about. One aptitude test determines your whole life. But you are actually, well, like that. I presume you are good at it. You sounded like you knew everything about the ship on a glance, so you've read some stuff.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule.
Nah.
There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up, see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
What's the line that Douglas Adams said? I love deadlines. I particularly like the whooshing sound they make as they go by. I relate to that. So you moved straight back to Edgewater after school? Or you didn't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
I'm gonna just chat for a bit, so... what did you do in your time off?
As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
You didn't spend time with friends? You didn't seem like the most sociable person. You didn't have your own room?
Students bunk 4 to a room. It's supposed to get you used to working as a team. There's no privacy and no quiet.
She's highly
When
introverted.
my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
Well, you've moved into a fairly cramped ship, so I hope that's okay with you. But you're clearly, quite introverted.
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains.
Okay, maybe I
never
shouldn't
said
have...
that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Oh god, I'm so worried. Okay. If I say I think it's time you move along, does that mean she leaves the ship? Am I kicking her off? That can't be what that means, right? Okay, I suppose break time's over. I'm scared to press that. I'm gonna have to check that ahead of time. Before I press that dialogue option, because I don't know if you can kick crew off your ship. Because you can refuse to let them on. Both the Vicar and Pavati gave me options to say no, not at all, and just run the ship myself. So, I'm sure you could kick them off if given half an option. What does this do? I remember... Oh, that's the, 500 bits to refund all your skill and perk points. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm okay. I might respec later if I'm really absolutely giving myself with my current loadout. Hello, Ada. Still want to check out my... I'm just going to go see if I can speak to the Vicar, because this was closed before, wasn't it? That's the bathroom. Nice. Space toilet. Cool. Ah, these are the two that are open. No, they're all open now. Not exactly luxurious. These ones aren't occupied, I don't think. This one is. That's the Vicar's. It's not going to have his name above it. That'll be Pavati's. She's quite a fan of Space's Choice. And a bit messy. A stern older man with warm eyes. Yeah, I think that'll be Dad. Shouldn't really be poking around in her stuff. Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a saw-toothed blade. Keep that in mind. Heavily dog-eared, with doodles at the margins. I like Pavati. Don't steal her stuff. That's her stuff. Don't sleep in her bed. God, no. Hello, Vicar. Can we talk?
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like.
Oh, yeah, no.
Something vexing you, Captain?
I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Very self-aware, aren't you? Violently enthusiastic?
That's what my parents called it.
I see.
I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
So you're very committed to this. Were they not religious?
On the contrary.
Too religious.
They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them, regardless of the situation.
But it wasn't enough for you, and they found that.
I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But you just found more questions. Weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan. Should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige. But that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right? I mean, theory. But, you know... If you can't help but follow the plan, then anything you do is part of it.
The plan is not one rigid path.
There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
That might be more weirdly contradictory than the friggin' Trinity. Very well. I take it you know what you're talking about. I'm not too worried about it. Seems quite trusting of you to sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Were. What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body. I was frozen at the time. He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I think I'll be, honest with him. I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists. I wonder what his position is going to be in all this.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Ooh. Ooh, I think I'm actually deciding now. Do I have family on the Hope? I think this is actually a decision I've got to make that might come back later. If I have family on the Hope, that would be a very good impetus to save it. Friends, sure. This seems too noble. I don't want to be, like, white knighting him all over the place. Let's say I had family on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Okay, thank you. I wonder if that's going to come back if... Now it's the game's gone. Okay, family. There we go. That's going into the book. Tell me again about the book that we picked up that's in French.
Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to
I think you've said this
everything
before.
we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of
he
Baconu's
said this
thoughts
before.
came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony? They really don't have Google Translate.
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu.
Okay, so
He's
a
also
heretic.
told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French.
The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
Well, I mean... I am the captain here, only I get to be a smartass. Point taken. No, actually, let's be a bit sarcastic.
1,000 pardons, my good captain. I thought we were engaging in witty repartee.
Oh, you little shit.
Now, as far as tracking down this scholar, we should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch.
Monarch's one of the places we're
All
going.
I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay. How will the crew manifesto help us track down your scholar friend? Presumably he'll be on it. I think he said something about, Vicars, or his religion being requiring to have good computer skills, which makes sense for people who believe the universe is essentially a program. Very, very, very big and complicated program, but nonetheless, kind of, there's a certain, like, technical aspect of the whole thing. How will the crew manifesto help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
That'll take a minute. Okay. How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker? As well ask.
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock.
Yeah, you said you were in a prison.
I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
In case you needed to break out. Sounds good, let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Before we're done, there's about...
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime.
There were other dialogue options.
So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Good, I'll keep that in mind. Let's talk about this. You're out of my... Okay, so that is a kick them off. Okay, be really friggin' careful of that, because that is a kick them off the boat option there. I really wish they marked that at least in, like, red or something, like, just to let you know, or had a little icon there that said that, so you didn't accidentally, because I could easily just go, just going down, 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 blonk, or I've just kicked him off accidentally.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
Probably not. That's... Okay, no. So that's just... Okay. That's the plan. I will go and do that. Index of banned literature. He's got a lot of heretical tomes here. No problem with that. Just, you know, keep it quiet, don't let the authorities know, and you can read all the heresy you like. Various qualifying considerations, principal rules of restrictive management, morals and maxims of banning unethical literature, proof of the Grand Architect and predestination. Why would that be banned? Part 5, consequences of the mind, and the will of man when led astray. Official list of banned titles, prerequisites for advancing. Okay. The art and science of tossball. Okay. Well, if we ever have a friggin' need to set up a ship's tossball crew. Impossible to put down Order of Scientific Inquiry, Office of Literature, and this endorsement has been approved by Auntie Cleo's darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for the most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Wow. I didn't know tossball was quite so violent a game. I'll leave you your heavy ammo. Scribblings of these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. I should be reading his books in front of him. And then we've got an empty one. So hold on. How many crew can I have? Am I going to be rejecting any crew members? That's a question I have. Here we go. 1, 2, 3... Hello, Sam. What? You're a robot. Hold on. Okay, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a robot bay. Okay. There is no response from this order mechanical unit. A serial number etched on its chassis includes the letters SAM. Sam. Okay, I'm gonna turn you on, aren't I? I can take those, because you don't need them. I think this is another crew member that I can have, and it's going to be a robot, and it's going to be a funny robot. I'm sure it's going to be a funny robot. One would hope. So I can have a total of 5 biological crew members plus 1 robot. Including my own... no, sorry, not including, plus the captain's quarters. There seems to be some empty space here. Alright. Time to finally get on with doing my own quarters. I'm gonna find a way to turn Sam on, obviously. Oh, nice. Oh, what a view.